Okay, so this is a Crown 186 engine. You good? It's going in an FJ40. Oh, so it might be a BJ40.
Oh, yeah,
Are we allowed to say BJ on the internet? It's a BJ, so it's a model code. It's going in a 40 series Land Cruiser, okay? So we're going to put this in a 40 series Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
We're going to run this transmission, which is an A. 761. Yes, you've got to have, so the second digit of the trans code is the number of gears. So it's a 761. It's all wide, it's been running. The idea is we're going to try and run these front pipes in it, but you're going to put a big transfer case on here which is going to stuff from here back. But this will keep the cats for the cert man happy. Hopefully, maybe. They don't work anymore, so they'll even go in the way. And you're putting a 40 series transfer case on the back of that, Jace. You're going to use that one there. I will confirm, because this one isn't as good an order. Seeing Jason's banned from doing sumps, I reckon that's a deliberate ploy. You just didn't put silicon on. And it's a deliberate ploy to not have to do sumps again. Shay is going to put this on the stand, flip it, and put a 2UZ sump on it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
So, okay.
And you're going to ditch the aircon pump that I thought we needed an aircon pump, but...
So I'm going to do this one the easiest way I've ever done a sump.
Yeah, not in a vehicle.
Really?
Not hanging, you're going to put it on an engine stand.
Oh man, I was kind of like in...
Not hanging off the bottom of a boat.
I was ready for that. I was ready for it.
Right.
I've been training.
And put an air conditioning pump on it, because they don't have air conditioning pumps on some of these.
Air conditioning pump?
Oh, I did it again, eh?
That's the aircon pump.
Power steering pump. Put a power steer pump on it. And then that fella over there wants a power steer pump for his engine.
Want. I need both of my engines.
Want. He's got a 2J, that's why the other ones, he still wants. What was that?
Need both, the aircon.
Oh, you can have this aircon pump then. So Shay will put this aircon pump on your engine and put a power steer pump on your engine, so I don't go selling it. Because I had another man wanting a power steer pump as well.
And I need a front sump too.
And you want a front sump as well.
Well, I was going to put a fucking motor in the car with a fucking front sump. I'm going to put the motor in backwards. The transmission out the front.
Okay, so
That would work.
you can get a front sump.
I know what we do. Put the motor in backwards, the transmission goes back to the fucking...
There's another one for you. There's a power steer pump on the other end 3UZ that you're pulling apart to put the rodsies and the pistons in.
I didn't really have it. You have one organised.
There's one in there, the power steer pump's in there. So I've got 3 power steer pumps and 2 jobs. Okay, so we know what we're doing?
We're going to take the transmission off.
Shay's dropping transmission. You're going to break some studs off here. So you want to lube them up as much as you can.
Yeah, I'm just send it. What? Yeah,
So you're going to drop the exhaust off it. Where?
Flange.
The flanges.
The flanges. Yeah, you don't reckon we'll break these?
Oh, we'll see if they break or not, eh?
I don't know if they will. Those ones will. We're not taking those ones off. That's what I mean.
And you're take these mounts off, throw them away. Now put them in the container. Take those off. And so we're going to put a race mount kit with this one.
Solid.
No, our universal engine mount kit.
Okay.
So we can get that ready for this job as well, okay?
What makes it race? Lighter.
It's a universal mount kit.
Okay.
Universal mount kit. And
It's up to you. I'll show you. It's just fill out. Right? Hurt myself, hey?
it's had a cam belt water pump. No, it's had a cam belt. This one. At this point.
Should I give these a go with a dry bar first, or can I just...
I would cover them in mayonnaise with
cover them
the
in mayonnaise?
Inox.
Oh, yeah.
The Inox mayonnaise technique. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Soak them.
French.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Inox, but it's now migrated and I can't find it.
What else
You want to drop this down a little bit so that I can actually get some swing on these?
I'm trying to work out what else I need to instruct you to do so you do the right stuff.
Alright.
And I'm thinking if we're putting it into a truck, so this is the battery cable, the main starter cable.
Yep.
And I don't like putting joins on it, but in saying that we could put a insulated stud on it.
Does that matter though, because we're just taking the transmission and the exhaust off for now?
I'm trying to plan like the whole job.
Yeah.
Okay, so because if I say let's pull the intake manifold off now,
Yep. The motor can't fall on the floor.
okay, when it's sitting on the stand, because this is ugly, you could actually build a long proper cable, start cable for it. So when we're putting it in the truck, we don't have to deal with this ugliness. And I think we probably should. I think you should rip the intake manifold off. Use solenoid in it, so this one here, because they failed. And whilst it's working, it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, and we see lots fail. And I don't want to have to pull it apart in a truck, so do that. And then cut this loom out of it. So that's the ones that go to the knock sensor. And basically extract that loom and put a new start loom on it that's like 2 meters long. So it can go wherever we need to go in the car.
Exciting.
Exciting. Good one. Do that as well. Everything else is looking pretty good. I don't know about alternator. This is the computer controlled alternator. So we might end up swapping that out as well. Off. Set that off. So that one's been converted and been cut off. That's our early box. Yeah, and there's another bolt inside it to strip the... You'll whip it apart, no problem. I've seen how good you are with gearboxes. You've been around all the boys that do gearboxes too much. So this piece replaces that piece.
The bolt doesn't go back in.
You got to put the bolt back in.
There you go.
What's this piece?
I don't know. It comes from inside there.
There's something new that I haven't noticed before. I wonder if that is the breather. Nope. No, that's not the breather.
Is it tasty?
No.
Do you like blowing that box?
No, I didn't like blowing that box, but it's not. That's not a breather. Well, it's not the breather for the transfer anyway. You've done these before. How long ago since you did one of these?
I don't think I have. I don't recall.
Maybe it wasn't you. Okay. You'll work it out.
Carrot used to do them.
No, we had another one we did. Well, have fun.
It's full of gears and stuff.
It is full of gears. Yeah. Assist in changing transfer case.
Right?
Fitting 4x4 transfer case to automatic transmission.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're assisting.
Yeah. And then these here are speed sensors, yeah?
Yep,
We
those
know
are speed
that.
sensors.
Okay.
So
Yep.
that's the vehicle speed, the output shaft of the
Yep.
vehicle speed.
Yeah.
And that's
Input shaft.
yes,
Yes.
sometimes known as the overdrive speed sensor.
Okay, so if this goes faulty,
Yep.
what is going to be our symptoms?
It's going to bring a fault code most of the time.
Okay, so we're relying on a check engine. Is it a check engine light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, and funny gear change. I had one on this particular vehicle behind me,
Like late in the shifting, early in the shifting, or just...
early normally, or there's no shift. I did one and we'd wired them crossways.
Yep.
So that one's got a lot of teeth in here, it's got a heap of teeth.
Yeah.
This one's different because it's into the body of the box, not into the tail shaft.
Yeah.
Okay? And what we were getting is I was getting 250 kilometers per hour at very low RPM.
Wicked.
Because it was picking up all these, thinking it's getting 4, and each 4 teeth it counted as 1 revolution.
Yeah.
And this is a solenoid plug. That's this is a 6-speed box. There's actually a filler under here. If you pop that off, have a look under there too.
A filler?
Yeah, pop it off and have a look. So there's your shifter switch. A lot of people struggle when I say the shifter switch. They think it's the shifter in the car.
Yeah.
But it's actually the shifter switch on the side of the transmission.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have one of those on the manual?
On the race cars you do?
Yeah. On like a dog box. Yeah.
On a proper box?
Woof woof.
So there's a filler for you.
Oh, filler. Well, what is all this for?
That's just sound deadening and try so people can't find the filler. Because you see it doesn't, you notice it doesn't have a dipstick?
This is hide it, yeah.
You notice there's no dipstick?
No, not until you mentioned it.
Yeah, there's just 2 dipsticks standing beside it.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
actually,
real well, yeah.
there's a proper filler technique, like you could have a special tool for it underneath, but we'll do that another day.
Man, that's crazy, eh? And then is this here the other end of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Because, so these ones they have altered the housing a little bit, but all the early ones, the housings are the same. But
Oh, you mean the factory have altered it?
yeah, so different in the housing of this box.
Yeah.
But early ones, so some of them had the shifter at this side, some had it on that side. The gear selector, lever.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, just pop back off in a moment. Oh, and it's got to have special oil in this one.
Special.
So it's WS, Toyota WS, it's not Type 4.
Yes,
Okay, so just be aware that these take a different oil. If you're doing a 6-speeder, different oil. That's for the 4-speed, this is for the 6-speed. There's not enough silicon, need more silicon.
You know where that goes?
No.
I was sitting in the bottom of the...
Oh no!
I lifted it off and I was like, that's sitting there.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, yeah.
Like there's the DGC, but that was sitting there.
Oh.
See, got transmission go. I don't know. Parts fall out, I don't know.
Yeah, it needs a rebuild, eh? I think what we're best to do is get the adapter mounted.
And give it to them.
And then, yeah, organise getting it to Liam to be rebuilt. But we'll get the adapter side of things sorted. Did that one have a speed sensor in it?
No, I just had this.
It didn't have a speed sensor in it.
It just had this.
Oh, Bobby, what do you think? Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? That wasn't going to work without a speed sensor. Okay, so just put that one, sit it on the back of that box.
This got a speed sensor hole in it?
Here's your speed sensor.
I mean, on this one.
Doesn't need one.
Oh,
That one, because the speed sensor, they've changed it.
doesn't matter now, does it?
So they've changed the speed sensor on the 6-speed to be in the body of the box. I was just looking at it with Shay. So instead of being in the tail shaft, it's in the box. No longer in the tail. So I'm going
Oh,
to
hang on, if I bolt this on, he's not going to be able to get that bearing.
It's still going to have to come apart anyway. So we'll set it up. We'll cut the shaft on the box. We'll get everything set up on the box. Check it all kind of works. So at least we can mount it in the truck and then it can come apart.
Nah, we mounted it in the truck. Was he doing it?
We're probably going to end up mounting it in the truck. But we need something to mount, and we need mounts to be in the right place and shit like that. Jason's jigsaws. You were never good at jigsaws as a kid, and yet we get you to do jigsaws now. you want this casing cleaned? No.
I've gone past that now.
And you clean this one. Hey, do you need the long bolts now? Are they the right thread? Are they normal threads? Oh, they are 10
125.
125s.
I had to put a bit extra washer under that one to make it reach.
Okay. As long as it doesn't touch on the gears, we're good.
I don't think it's going to touch on the gear.
No, I don't think it's going to touch on the gears.
It doesn't. You put the thread in there, it's just down, it's like there. It should have been up there.
Oh, yep.
Oh, it should have bolted this way.
Did you forget to put the fork in?
Oh, I fucked it up. Why doesn't there be a ball bearing in there? I wonder if that ball bearing come out of there.
Yeah, well, I was wondering that.
It looks like it should have a ball bearing, but is it just this?
Negative.
This goes in garlic. Probably, you know. I'm actually a gearbox person myself, I don't know. There you go.
You ready?
There you go. Get a bit of silicone out of there.
And that just pushes, the lever just pushes under there, eh?
Yeah.
And then you've got a switch. Or a couple of switches actually. Now your ball is meant to go. The ball is meant to sit under that one.
That's what I thought.
There's a steel blue one there, so that solves your ball problem. You haven't lost your ball. It's neat how they put the bolts on the inside, eh?
Which is really helpful.
Yeah, and there's actually a guy contacting me at the moment doing a V6 one, and it's got the bolt on the inside and he doesn't know how to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, just like you undo the bolts. But people talk about these transfers as if they're all the same, and they all fit the same, but they don't. This must have been off a Prado originally. Sounds mint, man.
You got to put some grease in it.
Yeah, I think you're just don't worry about silicone because it's going to come apart again. But we'll put it together so it works, and we line everything up, and it gets a rebuild, eh?
It feels quite notchy. I hear it going brrr on my fingers. You never go? Stick your fingers on it.
Oh. I take it we've decided to just do a test fit. Oh, do you need to line up that that fella?
Oh, it's a gungle.
The little dog's come out of the car. He's been sleeping all day, little bugger.
Oh, it's a dog.
Yeah.
There's not a good place to stand because see the size of my foot and the size of you. It's about the same.
Do you want some hands?
Yeah.
Was there a spring for to put a detent in here?
Nope. I know where the pull goes.
Oh, the ball bearing do a runner on you.
Oh no.
There should have been a spring in here too.
There's no spring.
Sorry, the ball's just down here. It's gravity working there.
No, there wasn't a spring in there.
So there should have been a spring in there.
Yeah. That's probably why the ball fell out.
That's why the ball fell out.
This.
There's your spring, Jace. Where's your ball?
I feel like this sits up a bit further, but
Well, that makes it easier to get. See, now you can get to the sump easier. Because I can't have you not doing the sump properly either to try and get out of this job.
Hey, don't even think like that. I don't think Jason did that. I think he was just giving me a shot at the title.
Look at that. Wiring for that alternator. Do we
saved myself and my 2 days a week.
do we want it like this for a Land Cruiser? I'm not sure we do, eh?
Bring it back here and have it over there.
Or up this way. We've got to try and predict what we need in the vehicle. Now people ask about these, see them?
Yeah.
So that's a block drain.
It's a block drain.
So when you draining the antifreeze out, instead of draining it out top hose onto the floor, you drain it out of there.
I see.
Right.
So what, you just loosen that off and it'll start draining like a...
Yeah, it's like a drain cock.
Yeah.
Like a radiator drain cock.
What does he
Are
want?
we allowed to say that word either?
Why does he want on that side too?
Well, because it's a V.
Oh yeah, of course.
And allows you to make sure you get all the water out of the engine properly. Yep, that does turn. That's neutral. It's a little bit stiff, eh? But it'll have a lever on it. Come on. Just move it. Use those big hands. That's better. That's got to be low.
Yeah, it's pretty slow.
Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. That's looking good. Right.
The bearings don't sound very healthy.
The bearings don't sound healthy at all. And I don't think that one would be any better.
No.
This one was more complete, so that's why I went with this one. And this one's got the lever on top, where this one didn't have the lever. So does this one not have high-low?
It's just not got the lever in it.
Well, how do you...
I've got no lever in it at all.
There's nothing. It's not, the casing's got nothing in it. I don't know enough about 40 series Land Cruiser boxes. We'll ask the owner because he knows more about these Land Cruisers than I do.
What do you reckon, dog? Hey? You reckon it's high low?
I reckon he just wants to climb into that cage with that little bitch next door and say hello. He was like sitting next to the cage last night. He slept next to her. She's locked away so he can't get at her. Because all he's doing is following her around the whole time. Hey, leave the little bitch alone. You get your go when she's good to go. When she's standing, you can have her.
There's the other part.
So this one, see, there's your four-wheel drive switch. This one's just, it's in the front. It doesn't have the hole.
I'll wash my hands and I'll give you a pat, eh, mate?
Got it sorted?
Yep, I think so. I just don't want to make sure I don't drop anything down here.
Oh, he's got my rattle gun even.
Yeah.
He's learning. He's learning how to do it without a little bit faster, not the slow way.
Oh, I'm already slow. Without this, I'd be like, man, they'd look like, take this guy home.
So this sump's coming off, and we're putting a Land Cruiser sump on it. Funny enough, it's going in a Land Cruiser. So this is a 100 series Land Cruiser. Baffle plate, different pickup, and sump lower pan. So all of the UZ lower sump pans, the bottom of the block, are the same. So all of the sumps interchange. All of the sumps will interchange. So we're putting a 2UZ sump onto this 3UZ. We're using a Land Cruiser one because it fits really, really well into a Land Cruiser, funnily enough. Because Toyota didn't really update and change their chassis design too much in the Land Cruisers for a long time. Got some changes, we've got some differences, haven't we?
We do, we've got some slight differences.
And this is one of them?
No.
I think we bin that actually. I think we're going to put it
One of them
more normal.
is that this bolt here
Oh yes.
comes out of here. And
Yep, so we have to change those bolts.
on this sump, it's got a step.
Yes.
up, and so we're going to have to,
Find some normal bolts.
yes,
Yep.
which will probably be something like this.
Yep, correct. Easy. Show that bolt again. Like that. Yes, that's right. It looks good with a Land Cruiser one on it, eh?
And then two in here, because those two are normally, I think, on the inside on the other one.
Yep. Pickup's nice and tight.
Yeah, we've got a new gasket on there.
Good.
There's the old one there.
Doesn't look too bad though.
No, well, it wasn't there. you know me.
And then there's of course the baffle plate. We'll have to find some bolts for that.
Yes.
Oh, there's some bolts from the old one, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
There's a chance that some of these actually meant to have studs in it and it doesn't come with the studs.
Well,
you actually buy the studs different.
What's that for?
Oh, that's just part of the machining process. I think they use that to line it up when they're machining it.
So what I had done is I took photos
Good.
of my siliconing.
Oh, yes. Well, we're not seeing the ooze yet, are we?
No, we'll tighten it down, we will. Can you see my bead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I did it on both sides.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah. So I did the...
So what I normally do is I normally fill up, I make sure that the receiver groove is completely full.
The receiver groove?
Yeah, so there's a receiver groove in the sump. Is the receiver groove? Oh, this one not having a receiver groove.
Maybe it doesn't like receiving.
It's a giver.
Yeah. Should I take shit photos on landscape like that?
That's a different one. Where's a normal sump now? I want to know whether normal sumps have a receiver groove. So this is a receiver groove on an early sump, and the later ones don't have it. That is interesting. Another bit of useless information. Here's another one. See, there's the receiver groove. Oh, there's a good sump. So those are normally got silicon in them, so they act like a solid bit of silicon to help with sealing. Or nice ooze.
We're not even talked about it yet.
Everywhere. Once you've done it up.
And you can see it's happening on the inside too.
Yeah, not like Toyota did it. You saw how Toyota had a big ooze,
Yeah,
and they called that acceptable.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I can only aim to get ooze, like, because some people squeeze it in, and then what they'll do, they wait for it to tack off, and they'll just hook it right down, and it'll just squeeze it all out. And you know, when you do crack it open and you wonder why it's leaking, you see this massive lot of feathering of the silicon all over your motor.
Yeah. Did you notice the oil pump by any chance? How it's got a nut on it instead of a...
Yes.
If you notice, it's got a nut in there.
Yeah.
Instead of like a circlet. Yeah. That's the later model oil pumps.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the one on the outside sometimes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was the bolt I was supposed to find.
I thought you were taking the air conditioning pump off, not the alternator pump off.
Oh, you said
alternator. Did I say alternator?
Yeah.
Oh, don't trust me, man. It's the air conditioning pump you meant to take off.
Oh, well.
Although I might show a different alternator on it anyway. I think I'll give you a normal alternator.
Well, that's a good alternator. Well, it's...
Yeah, that's the computer controlled one. So I'll give you a normal one. Okay. It'll make our job way easier when I go to wire it.
Yep.
I'll go get one for you.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have here is where Shay goes to put the dipstick in. The dipstick doesn't mount there. It mounts over here on the 2Z, and that one isn't tapped out. So Shay is tapping a hole for it. And then it'll bolt on.
It'll line up exactly how it should.
What are you doing?
Removing a inlet manifold.
2. Do the flappy thing, control, solenoid.
Yeah. What is it called?
AVIS.
AVIS.
Or ACIS.
Okay.
And
not a VSV.
And well, it is a VSV.
Okay.
You're changing the VSV for the AVIS.
Yes.
And changing this loom.
Starter loom.
Start loom.
Does that go? That goes to the alternator too, doesn't it? No.
No.
No, that's this one here.
And I'll go get an alternator for it. I actually think I've got a good one over in the container that we can put on it.
Are you sure you're not talking about power steering?
You've fitted the power steer?
Yeah.
You found the right bolts?
All aircon.
Yeah. He's removed the aircon. I'm having trouble, aren't I? Yeah. Shut up, you. You need to sort your transfer case.
Gives you another job out. Look. No fuel leaks. Yep. First,
You got to cycle the fan.
Okay, I'll help you with that.
I fixed it.
Oh, you've done it. Oh, good.
I cycled the fan. I fixed the fan. I fixed the fuel up the fan. We just changed it up. Outputs are in again.
Oh, good. Okay. So Shay is just going to pop the intake off.
Pop it.
Practice for my one.
My one.
I'm gonna know these differences soon enough.
And you just pop the intake off.
Yep, just pop
and
it off. Pops off.
Check the starter, change that solenoid.
Check the starter, so we bench test it.
No, just look at it, check it's there.
I can do that.
It's done like no Ks at all, this thing.
Yeah, it's
a sweetheart.
It's got the factory fucking on the clips too.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. I think
So
we
you
almost...
want to take the back of this trans off, eh?
Yeah, that's right. You do the back of the trans. That was your job. You do the trans. And Shay's doing the engine side. He's done the sump. Look at the sump. Look at that. And he had beautiful spooge out the side. Spooge.
It was.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's not going to leak. If it is, you have to pull it apart again and fix it.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
That's all good.
Actually, you fixed Jason's last two, so maybe Jason will pull it apart for you.
No, he helped me with my clutch. So I owe him one.
Oh, yeah, you've done better on this side. That's got better oozing.
Yeah, well, I think what happened, right, is that when it went up, that ooze ended up going in instead
Yeah,
of
well,
coming out.
you've got to have ooze in and out.
Yeah.
Both sides, both ways.
You want too much of it though.
Double ooze.
Yeah.
Now that looks good.
No, I didn't do my
I've
holder.
done plenty of videos on pulling intake manifolds off these, so
Yes.
just pop it off. I'll get a solenoid.
Pop it like it's hot.
That's the top cover clips onto it.
Oh, okay.
So it clips on there. And there's normally another one over this side.
Yeah.
Ignition delay, is that what you mean?
And that. No, offset.
Oh, offset.
Timing
Where
offset.
does that live? We're going to find the old one.
Where you'll find the other one?
Yeah.
Bolted to the bottom of the intake manifold.
Okay. Gosh, that's hard to get to, eh?
Should I slap you now? I used to have an 18-year-old girl that used to do my intake manifolds, and she didn't used to say that it was hard.
No, because she didn't know. Like, if
Exactly.
you
It's not hard.
if you
It's
need
not
to
ha-
change it though.
You should see
in
him
the
do
car,
it. I did a video with him, and when I'd finished talking,
It's dead done.
you don't take those ones off. Oh, yeah, you take, so go straight to the bottom ones. Oh, you might have to take it off then. Take the bracket off. You go straight to the bottom, so you don't split it.
I'm doing it. I already had the idea. I was cheap.
The big guy had it off, had the whole intake manifold off before I finished talking. Okay? You get the rattler gun onto it, and it's like a 10-minute job when it's on the bench.
Oh, here we go. Alright.
Hey Shay, is it hard?
No, it's not hard, but it's not like, let's do this really quickly with the motor hot and, like, it's not like check a spark plug. That's even harder.
We're gonna have to retrain his attitude, eh?
Keep
I'm gonna make you do my one. We're gonna do my one in place in the car, okay? By 4:30.
after I've done hot donuts in the paddock in it.
A few things to note here. Late model. Have the donut style with the 2 pins, 2 wire. Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Putting a different temp sensor in it too, but I think we'll do that when it's in its place. Thanks. It's
I
not hard at
vacuumed
all.
in there.
Good. Your missus knows you vacuum, so there's no way I can blackmail you for that. But
There's
Jace
no
on there.
chance of blowjobs either.
Well, Jace, I can't bribe. No, I can't blackmail. I can blackmail Jace, but I can't blackmail you.
I don't know, blackmail terms are just like, I don't know, blackmail, is it a bribe? What's the
No,
difference?
it's definitely a threat.
What's the difference? Blackmail, only you benefit from it. A bribe, we both kind of benefit. Is that right?
I suppose, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, okay. I was totally going for the blackmail with Jace, but
You're not
your
allowed to say
missus knows that
blackmail
you
is
do
racist.
your missus knows that you do vacuuming.
Hey,
So.
the blackmail won't work. She knows I do that.
Oh, right. Well done. That's pretty easy, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Compared to some jobs that we've done.
Now notice that, see, when it's in place, that these ones are going to be a little bit trickier to get to, and they change this back wiring loom between some of them. So those are being in different places. Okay.
Is that after 97? What year is this one?
So this is like a 2006. This one.
Holy moly!
So this was, remember, no power steer pump. Poppy, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Get it.
Pop-alicious thing.
Get it.
Pop-alicious.
She's happy, yes. She's going to go all day. Ooh, it's back together. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss some power steer pumps and some alternators. But I'm not going to do it in this video, so we're going to have a chat in another video about what alternators and what power steer pumps and what we can do with those. So check that out. I think this one's pretty much, engine side of things is ready to go in the hole. And we're going to wait on Jace to sort the transmission out. He's got the adapter all bolted up, but it's got to be fitted onto the back of that 6-speed box now. We've been doing some measuring, and I've done the measuring once, and I'm going to do the measuring a second time, mate, before you get the angle grinder. Good idea. So what Jason's going to do is he's going to cut the shaft off right there, and then we are going to, I've already measured the distances here, and a small issue with the fact that this has been coated, so it's made the hole smaller, so our shaft doesn't fit in the hole anymore, our sleeve, but we can fix that as well. We were looking at the oil feeds into this one, which was, we were wondering what this tube was up here, and it is definitely an oil feed that lubricates these two bearings. There's a hole, can we see it? Just right there. There it is. So that's how the oil feed gets into there. And it also had an oil feed. It's over here. There's a hole in this shaft. So it probably was getting double oiled. Different transmissions. The Prado one possibly doesn't have that hole in that area. So we may also have to address this hole. Though I don't know if we will, eh? We've got that on there. And we've got the sleeve on here. It's actually not going to flow much up it. Because it...
No. And if it did, it's just going to fill into the back of the thing and spill out. It's designed to do it.
It's designed to spill back, so I don't think it's actually going to be a problem. Because it's designed to have that oil feed anyway. So I really don't think that's going to be an issue. We leave that sleeve in.
If you put a seal on the back, if you put a seal on there, it's not going to be a problem.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Right. So, and this transfer case has to come apart because it is going to get rebuilt. This is a test fit, and we may need to do this, build mounts onto that maybe, or onto here, or down here, or somewhere. So we still need to address that issue on this conversion. So what we're going to do is we're going to whip that off. After I measured it again, bolt it together without the sleeve, fit it, and then it can come apart and be sorted properly. What do we call that? Prototype. Prototyping is what we call it. We put it together once and then we pull it apart again.
And then you probably pull it apart again.
Yeah.
And then put it in, put it out, put it in, put it out. And that's normally how you do a conversion?
That's how you do a conversion.
Put it in, put it out?
Yep, conversion sex.
Yep.
Very normal. So we've kind of got a plan. It's actually looking good. The adapter's pretty good. This is one of the early ones, so we were expecting to have just a few little bits and pieces to sort. Gasket. Is there a gasket for this surface? Because I didn't take that into account on my measurements. But it doesn't matter. We're probably better to silicon this bit.
Yeah, I reckon glue it. Other way.
Okay. That gives us more distance, but it makes zero difference to us even with this. It actually gives us, because it's not going to grow the spline any longer, and the spline is right.
Yeah.
It just means that this could float a little bit more.
I reckon we just do this for now.
I think so too.
Put it back in here.
Okay. Let me do my measures. That's awesome.
It doesn't matter if it moves.
I don't think it matters if it moves anyway. It's a controlled oil leak to begin with.
It can't, well, where's it going to go? It can't come forward once the gearbox is...
Well, it can. This can move a little bit.
Yeah, but even...
I'll get in a measure. I'll do another measure, eh? because this sleeve does have a little bit of movement in it. About 2 or 3 mils, I think we will. So it can move a little bit.
Put the shims back in.
Oh yeah. It's over here. And we shim it to work. Yeah, okay. The things we learn when we're doing these swaps. Transfer case adapter, this one has a mount on it. Whereas this one, it's on the gearbox. That's the manual box. Similar transfer case as we've discussed. Okay. So we'll come up with a plan